What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 12th day of August, and here we are with about 8 hours and 53 minutes left in the day, sitting at 308,222. What? We've hit the eights, man. We're in the eights now. Lovely to see. You likely will break through this barrier and get to the nines and even take out a zero at some point. We won't be in the land of the 3 zeros anymore. It'll be the land of the 2 zeros. Bitcoin's moving up a little bit to start off this new hour. Maybe even to finish up this 4 hour time frame here, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, Toshi also getting a little bit of a pop up today, up 7%. Nice to see. It's been rather tenacious, let's say. You had a nice V-shaped recovery. I was expecting that you'd come down a little bit, but hey, whatever. I was wrong about that. I want to say, was it here or here? I want to say it was here, not yesterday, because I don't think I had the high from yesterday. So I would have called for like 3064 probably. That would have been the area that we expected. Maybe 3057, 3056 at the lowest. Those targets are out the window. You're moving up, man. You're definitely moving up at this point. Looking at this on the fib ratio from a high to a low, golden ratio 382 up here. I mean, you could move down still to the golden ratio, maybe 306766, but you're not going to go down to 306 or lower, right? Absolutely not. I don't think you go below this golden ratio. Once you break above 000883, when you get above there, you are likely going to continue until you see 2013. Yes, 2018, somewhere in that area, and you might take a little break there, a little bit of a reprieve, maybe going into the end of the month, beginning of September, where you should then continue. I would assume by the end of September, going to a minimum of about maybe 0024 to 0027. If not, you'll go exactly where my expectation would be something of about like 005 to 00812, right? Minimum target there, but like that's like a pessimistic minimum. I would say maybe you stop at the 2272, but I think more likely than not you're going to stop at this half cent to $008 level. Most likely, at least in my opinion, you're going to do 0069 or 007, something like that. So probably just in between these orange lines here. But anything can happen. Time will tell. We'll see how it goes. And I know that seems like it's a tall order, right? Talking about a big move in that amount of time. But Toshi is not afraid of making big moves, you guys. We've definitely seen some pretty big moves in a very short time before. This is the Coinbase chart. It doesn't show all the data, but we've seen some pretty large moves before in very short amounts of time. So, I mean, hell, we could be all the way up at half a cent by the end of this month if it really wanted to. If we're looking at this here on the MEXC chart, just to get some more history, just to show you. Once it loads, do 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 do. Yeah, look at how fast it moves, right? When it wants to. But it moved that fast because it's at a lower market cap. Yeah, it's still at a low market cap, man. It is still a low market cap, and it's had a lot of time to accumulate. This is a very bullish phase of accumulation that you've had. Really, I mean, if you think about it, since February, you've been accumulating this whole time probably, and you're right about to break out. Like these moves here, they were fun, they were nice, right? We're having fun right now, but man, when you break above this level here, it's going to be like this. You're going to be moving up very, very fast. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the month you're even above 002 at this point. But let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom back out. Or maybe, I mean, we will zoom back out, but I don't know. Maybe, I think we've talked about everything we need to on the daily time frame. 1 hour does look momentarily a little bit bearish, right? Rejecting the overbought zone. MACD looks good, but 2 out of 3 looking like they want to go down tells me probably down, right? That's a pretty top looking candle. And when I say top, I don't mean like this. I just mean, something like this. You had this exact same look and you actually saw a higher low. So maybe you come down, you find a higher low, and then you continue to rally. But I would think, again, I think at the lowest that we'd go from here, we're at 000818. The lowest we would go would be 3067. Okay, I don't think we go below there. That would give us a retracement, a back test of our golden ratio, right? Fly. If you ever see me doing karate, it's because there's a fly. And flies hate karate, in case you didn't know. Let's see. That one wanted some more. Because I'm going to judo chop you. I don't know. You guys probably saw that. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't hear him. I scared him away. He just needed the double chop. That's what it was. Anyways, high to low, the golden ratio here is at 3064. Is that right? Am I doing the wrong one, or does it just have different prices on the Coinbase one? Maybe it was this high to low. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe we do go to 3064. Maybe I'm wrong. 30678. This is what I was thinking. Yeah, this would make more sense to uphold. But if we go a little bit lower, it's okay, right? But we're probably not going to go too much lower, if at all, below this line here, 3067. Okay. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, because we've done the 1 hour and the daily. Let's get into the 4-hour. 4-hour. Yeah, you had an uptrend and you're kind of coming down. The MACD has some bearish divergence. Yeah, I could see it. You know, these corrections that you've had along the way, like this one here, this little guy here, you know, and kind of what you're doing now. I think these are going to be relatively small compared to what's coming over the coming days. We should see a little bit more of a pronounced correction out of like this move. It'll seem like its own move in itself, but then we should be moving up, you know, if not over the weekend, then sometime next week. I think that the rest of this week we will consolidate and probably move to the downside. But I think that was my last video. I said probably similar things, and here we are, up a little bit higher. So if we just keep moving, that's fine too, man. I wouldn't be too upset with that. Looking at this here from an all-time high to the low that we had in April, all we got to do is get a day to close above 30911. You get above 30911 on a daily closing basis, and we are basically home free. Yeah, then I'm invalidated. Okay. Move above here and then move back below, I'm not invalidated. You have to close a day above there. If you close a day above the golden ratio, which is at 309115, then I'm invalidated. Until then, I remain semi-bearish to about 3068, 3064, maybe 3067, right there in between both those numbers. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Again, another fib perspective as to why we expect the price to go to about half a cent, 0045, to maybe 1 cent itself, but I'm thinking we go right here to this 1414, 00635, and probably just above there, so 0069, 007. That makes sense to me. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care, bye-bye.